This is Monica with the Body Electric Supplement. Over here, we supercharge our lives. So, I was recently talking with my dad, and we just talk about a lot of different things. And I'm trying to remember exactly what the subject was, but he just said something to the effect of, some people don't know how to be a millionaire. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Some people don't know how to be what they claim to want. And that is, as we talk about things like manifesting things, say, for example, if somebody says, I want to be a millionaire, but then they, continue to work their, job that maybe is not fulfilling. Maybe they just go home and they eat their dinner and they watch TV and they maybe, because again, my dad is not a fan of smartphones. So you swipe the screen, all through the night and whatever, and then you wake up in the morning and you're miserable because you got to go to a job you don't like, and then you're there and you're complaining and you're mopey and you're sad, dreaming about being a millionaire, but you're not actually making those steps, working towards it, planning it out. I think a lot of people tend to think it is out of their reach, most goals, but it's really not. It's not as far out of reach as one would think it is. We tell ourselves that negative self-talk out of it, thinking that, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too this, or this and that. And then the opposite end of negative self-talk is the whole allowancing of others. So this is one thing I have noticed other people do, is like when they see somebody accomplishing a goal, then they're like, well, that's because they did this, and that's because they had this, and that's because, well, I don't have all that. It's like, you don't know actually what they all had. Like, they may have had those things, but they also had other things, And then we do celebrate those people who had triumph over adversity, thinking that they have something special, which is not, I'm not knocking that at all, but you have it too. That's basically what I'm saying. It's like, you have it too. And sometimes adversity wakes us up to the point where it's like, look, you know what? I'm going to just do exactly what it takes to do what I need to do. It turns into like going straight to the target and not having any obstructions in your way. When I used to dance, modern dance and ballet, and a little jazz dance, my dance teacher, she said something about, and I know in the whole light and spirit of this is 2021, so, Simone Biles, observing her body and knowing, what's best for her. But this is me, 20 or so years ago, as a dancer. But, sometimes you play through the pain, okay? Sometimes. And my dance teacher was like, well, sometimes you might have a slight injury, and a lot of sports people do that also. And again, that's why I mentioned Simone. But sometimes it gives you just enough to do exactly what you need to do and not play around. So, some people, physically, do all those incredible things, sports injuries. And again, not necessarily celebrating that, but I'm just talking about as far as like life goals. Sometimes we distract ourselves with looking at other people and like, well, their parents are rich, they gave them the money and this and that. Meanwhile, you could be, instead of looking up, I don't know what people necessarily do on the internet with their social media or whatever. Sometimes we all look and see what other people are doing. But instead of doing that for 20, 30, 40 minutes every day, you could be reading a book. Or you could be listening to a helpful podcast, instead of, posting memes about like silent I think they're all this and let's you could you could be actually making plans for yourself, and that's all I'm saying about that. It's like sometimes we tend to put up our own smoke and mirrors. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I don't know where this video is going, but don't be in your own way, basically. Sometimes we make excuses and then we look at other people and say, well, they had better advantages, but then what about those people who have lesser advantages, and then they must be superhuman? Oh my goodness. And it's interesting, and I really want all of us to do better in the upcoming year. So hopefully you've got some goals for yourself. Hopefully you are making plans. Hopefully you're also activating those plans. So yeah, you can have plans, but then you actually have to, execute. Let it happen. Okay? All right, please like and subscribe, share if it moves you. But yeah, take care.